Alright, everyone, time to take a look at the second episode of the day, which is Code of Silence. The scene opens as Oliver and Thea prep for the mayoral discussion. His adversary, Demon Dirk Half, working in the name of Ruby Adams, shows up, and Oliver peppers her with questions and suggestions. However, she isn't unsettled. After she leaves, Felicity comes to approach him for help with their wedding welcomes, which John has loaded up with sparkle bombs. Gruber prepares to follow Adams, and the expectations she'll carry them to Dark. She loses them under a scaffold. However, then she discovers him. She has men standing by to firearm Oliver down, to some degree because he avoided his gathering with Damien. Gruber shows up and they assist Oliver with fending off the ghosts. Yet when they're set, Adams is no more. At the lair, Oliver knows there's something else entirely to what exactly Hive is doing than getting Adams chose. He can't make sense of what at this time. At Hive Central Station, Dark discloses to Adams he's rethinking their arrangements to kill Oliver for utilizing the early birthday present Merlin gave him. He goes into a room where there's a table brimming with men, including Merlin, and various other Hive agents on PC screens. At the point when one of the men on the screen addresses Adams' political astuteness, Dark utilizes his brain/forces to choke the man. The table inquires what to do about Lance, and Dark says he'll have it dealt with. At Lance's office, Katie shows up to reveal to Lance he's stressed over him. He's not stressed, thinking the police office protects him from an assault. However, gets again and takes off to deal with it. She welcomes herself along to a supper with Donna. At Oliver's loft, Donna's finishing her commitment party when Thea comes to take Oliver for battle stuff. Obviously, during a testimony review in 2013, it came that Moira Queen had composed a $1 million check to Samantha Clayton. He asks whether she should investigate it, yet Oliver says not to, and makes light of worries that it could be applicable to his crusade. On Lian Ryder carries Oliver to a room where men are breaking rocks, saying they have a lot to achieve together. One of the men there was enraged with Oliver for slaughtering Flat and for being Raider's pet. He asks the gatekeepers, who spent everything hold resentment against Oliver what he did to Conklin, to disregard them, and they do. In his vehicle, Lance is being barbecued by Laurel. For what reason is the chief being brought in to help on a breaking and entering? Here, Peace Pass comments that they are in need of help, and that it is anything but work for Black Canary, yet she's concerned. He has to do a structure with his firearm drawn. However, similarly as he's fulfilled there's no one there, so part of the structure crumbles on him. Tree, who had been watching, gets to get him out of the structure, yet it keeps self-destructing around them. They long as advance out, just to watch highest levels of the structure crumbling. At the lair, Diggle is fixing a Lance, who shows him he has no clue about what occurred. Aaron needs to come in with Donna, yet the group, persuaded it's Dark who's behind it, will go look at it. Diggle, saying that Lila's presently the head of Argus, offers to utilize their assets to investigate if Oliver parts himself our banter prep. Tiana and Oliver argue to different detainees for his life. They ever save him on the off chance that he consents to execute Conklin. Tiana pulls him aside and asks whether he's executed previously, beside her sibling. He says yes. He is concerned murdering again will transform into a beast like when he tormented the man in Hong Kong. She reveals him degrade. It takes a beast to battle beasts. At the Crusade office, Donna comes to see Lance. He discloses to her that they have to enjoy a reprieve, in light of the fact that being with him is excessively perilous. However, she's not hearing it. He discloses to her it's more confounded than she might suspect, and she reveals to him that she wouldn't like to take a break and needs to separate through on the off chance that he won't complain with her about what's happening. She stomps out, passing Felicity, who comes to converse with him. She says she discovered something. The Star City Police Department was hacked, and the breaking and entering call really originated from the programmers, not from the police band. As Tamara goes searching for them at an area Felicity gives her an IP follow, a gathering of reprobates are plotting. A man with a crowbar begins beating Diggle with it, and a lady begins shooting a powerful nailer at everyone around her. At the point when they escape from Timero, begin to wreck the industrial facility behind them. Thea heads back in to get their PC while the remainder of Timero makes their break. She's about trapped in structures that crumbles and detonates and figures out how to pull off the PC. Excuse me. At the lair, Diggle says Andy recognizes their assailants as the demolition group. Felicity is attempting to recoup information from the severely harmed hard drive. Felicity gets the 911 book from her mom, and Oliver asks Lance for what reason. Arrow says it's fortunate he's someone who doesn't need to keep insider facts from. Ryder calls Oliver, saying he had the option to utilize Oliver's overview guides to unravel the stone Oliver gave last scene. Says the mission to discover Extreme Force Island requires one who has been conceded section by the divine beings, as per the engraving on the stone. Colin begins taking a gander at one of the materials, and Oliver snatches at him. The two get ready to battle. At Oliver and Felicity's condo, Donna wails that she thought she had discovered someone who wouldn't mislead her. She started for getting obsessed with the commitment party arranging, and that she's been living vicariously through Oliver and Felicity, who are one of those couples that everybody has faith in. She says she simply needs to make herself part of something that wonderful. Felicity goes to her that perhaps Lance is concealing things from her because he cherishes her, and she needs to restore that affection with a smidgen of trust. At the Crusade office, Thea's getting Oliver ready for the discussion. Before he leaves, Thea asks him for what reason he didn't come clean about heading off to college with Samantha. Thea, who's got her work done, has just made sense of that William is Oliver's child, and that is the thing that diverted him in Central City. Oliver reveals to Thea that Samantha constrained him not to express anything to anybody. He's stressed out he can't let Felicity if there's a lie between them. Thea reveals to Oliver that Samantha is correct, that life is risky, and avoiding William as much as possible and staying quiet about it is the best thing he can do. At the point when she says that keeping William a mystery is protecting him, Oliver gets a call from Diggle. The demolition team utilizes a particular corrosive to debilitate building structures, and there's a distribution center around where it's put away. The pair show up, just finding that the corrosive is as of now gone, enough to do some gigantic harm. At Palmatech, Felicity wheels in on Curtis, requesting that he help with the PC. He has her face on a screensaver and reveals to her it's for a wedding shock. She says it must be acceptable, and he guarantees that it will be. At the battle office, Lance comes to see Oliver, and talk about how not staying quiet has helped Oliver be more joyful. Oliver goes to him that he realizes Lance is misleading secure Donna. After a fight, Oliver murders Conklin, whose perishing words that Ryder's going to slaughter everybody notwithstanding. Prior to the discussion, Thea is attempting to prepare Oliver. They meet Felicity and Donna. Donna pardons herself, and Felicity gets a call from Curtis. The structure the demolition team is intending to bring down is the one they're in. After a speedy talk, Thea pulls the alarm to empty the structure. Rubik calls the demolition team to advise them not to let Oliver leave the structure alive. Outside, Donna needs to head back in to search for Oliver and Thea. She's halted by Lance, who does so without anyone's help. Inside, Team Mara is checking out the structure, attempting to make sense of how to take out the various charges. While they're attempting to deactivate them, one of the demolition team assaults Diggle, and a charge goes of closes Speedy about Canary. With Speedy dangling from a chain off an incredible tallness, Canary takes a couple of nails and starts dying. Oh no! After a long battle between the two groups, the explosives are totally deactivated. Arrow sends Oliver back to plan for the discussion. Getting redressed and imagined he required a restroom break, Oliver prepares for the discussion. Felicity urges her mother to go converse with Lance once he's finished booking the miscreants. Prior to the discussion, Oliver shakes Rivet's hand and covers. He realizes she was the person who attempted to devastate the structure. After the discussion, the press busts Oliver the victor, despite everything concerned. Ryder tosses Oliver in a cell, disclosing to him that in the event that he keeps on being an issue, there are various types of life he can keep Ollie. Oliver goes to Tiana that they don't have a lot of time to spare the detainees. At the commitment party, Oliver pawns their Ivy Town neighbor off on Diggle. It doesn't exactly work, however. Donna summons them. At that point, Lance comes in and requests to converse with Donna. He reveals to her that he deceived her since Hive was attempting to murder him just to quit working with them. She eventually comprehends, and they kiss. Chris comes to see Felicity, bringing her an implantable biotrigger that the expectations can support her walk. The first cell they've been taking a shot at is the main thing he's yet discovered that could control it. Oliver and Felicity are charmed. At home, Damon Dark brings home to acquaint with this little girl. Seeing this moment will purge Dark to look after him for some time. Boy. So let's take a look at some trivia surrounding this episode. This episode shares its title with the 1985 Chuck Norris film of the same name, Code of Silence. This episode introduces the Demolition Team. In the DC Comics, they're traditionally enemies to Green Lantern and Superman. Oliver tells Curtis Holt that he's terrific, which refers to his comic counterparts codenamed Mr. Terrific. This is also foreshadowing Curtis becoming Mr. Terrific in Season 5. This episode marks Lila Michaels becoming the new director of Argus. At Oliver Felicity engagement party, Laura Hoffman, a former neighbor from Ivytown, says she has the perfect wedding gift for them. Felicity guesses it's a slow cooker. This reference to Green Arrow when Laura and Adam Hoffman recommend Oliver and Felicity buy a slow cooker. And now finally, let's take a look at a goof. Around 34 minutes and 30 seconds, as Thea and Laura fight Rosie and the camera closes in on Diggle, the cameraman's shadow is clearly in sight. Oh no! So overall, I think this is a pretty interesting episode, and yeah, let's just say I don't think things are definitely not looking good aren't gonna go well for Laurel the next few episodes, so yeah. So overall, I give Code of Silence 4 arrowheads out of 5. Anyway, tune in as we take a look at the final episode of the day, Taken. So, until then, in the words of Oliver Queen, you have failed this city.